Cool.
Good.
Now, the extra fun part about this is everyone's going to be stream cheating whether we like it or not. There's no way to know.
But in a tournament of Smurfs versus Smurfs, who really cares?
Well, especially because there's no winnings on the line.
There you go.
I think it just makes it fun. So this is
I agree.
game two. Scrutable is up one. Scrutable, who we're not entirely sure who he is. Puffalope, that we have widespread speculation that this could be Apple, even though we haven't
Eh,
seen any of the other players play. This is going to be a 1v1 on Storm in this Airmech Incognito tournament. Seeing that we have a few other people joining us in chat, just to give you a little bit of background on what the hell is going on here. We don't know who these players are. They've been given a Smurf account by our trusty Insane Firebat local dev hacks god. They don't know who each other is either. And so our theory is that people will play a little bit differently if they don't actually know who they're going up against. So this is a best of three. Puffalope currently on the back foot, trying to switch to Osprey. We'll see if he can salvage this series.
have some guesses from chat saying that Scrutable might be Maor.
Now we do have bracket predictions currently enabled. If you scroll down and click on that challenge bracket, you can put in a prediction as much as you like. I am disappointed right now because I was calling Puffalope to win the whole tournament, just because I think Puffalope's a really cool name.
I will be sad to see Puffalope drop from the bracket should that happen, but que sera, sera.
If you're looking for bracket link, scroll down. There's a big ass orange button.
On the Twitch, you know.
So looks like a typical Storm game. Neither team or neither player going for anything really kinky, just kind of setting up, getting ready for the mid fight. That's generally going to favor Osprey here, because Osprey loves to just have a slow tank Tetris match. Gemini's Busters. Scrutable still going with a Longhorn primary. Longhorn and a couple of Dillos.
But that saucer abduct on the
and
neutral is
T45?
really doing work. Like, he has so many neutral units on his side right now.
Fair number. I think that's where he's picking up most of these turrets. He's got a couple T45s that he can build, but as far as the T99s, I think those are just picked up from neutrals.
Yeah, yeah. But they were completely free for him.
Bucky's always a fun choice. Should be able to keep the pressure on. Looks like they can overcome that neutral honeypot as well.
Puffalope going to be the first player to grab mid. Get a little bit of credit and experience.
He's not going to be able to hold it.
Yeah,
There's
no one ever
so
does.
many guns pointing at that outpost.
This is such a mid-centric map.
Which makes it really tough because the frequent changing of hands of that middle outpost really freaks the hell out of the Buster AI. And so if you're going a really Buster-heavy build like Puffalope is, you got to really maintain control of that outpost or you're going to start getting your units picked off.
Well, it also makes one of the core mechanics kind of nonsensical, wherein the middle outpost keeps going from team to team, up and down, and people keep getting experience randomly for no real reason.
That is kind of a few too many Buckies. Hey, you remember that buildable unit bombs?
I do. Whatever happened to those?
Don't you wish Puffalope just had 4 of those in cargo right now?
That would be entertaining. So yes, that would be cool.
Nobody plays
But the
Bomber
Aegis is
anymore
out.
either.
2 Aegis is out, actually.
Oh, a single Aegis, especially if he puts it on socket, is just going to nullify every single one of those Buckies. Wish he had one on the low ground, though. Maybe he'll see that. We'll see if Scrutable's got his own Aegis, but Aegis just kind of hard counters any missiles.
I mean, Puffalope has 2 out. They're just in weird positions. Yeah, 1 on the low ground would be really nice. But Puffalope holding ground here with this Osprey. Scrutable jumping around
Although
like crazy.
the saucer jumping around, that almost makes me think Happy Death. But
Ha!
that's kind of like Happy Death's trademark is to get in the saucer and just hop around like a bunny rabbit.
I think it's quite obvious to chat that it's not Happy Death because Happy Death is constantly speaking right now.
Well, he's in
But
Afghanistan. Couldn't possibly be
that is
playing.
true.
I think Happy Death is so good that he can be active in Twitch chat while playing a match.
He types with his feet, plays with his hands, plays the trombone with his butt. So
That's doable.
it is doable, I guess. Who am I to deny that possibility?
So we've got an artillery now. I'm thinking this is probably going to go late game, because on this particular setup that we've got, pushing is probably suicide.
Very likely, yes. Although the quick cheese by the saucer, a couple of abducts could turn the tides pretty quickly.
I don't know, the game's not gone on long enough yet, and so neutralizing this outpost while it's annoying doesn't really hurt Puffalope that much, because he's not upkeep capped. Even with the outpost
That's
out of his
true.
hands, he's not upkeep capped. Now, once they start maxing out on their upkeep, and neither player is still willing to push, that's when a single outpost changing hands can just end the whole game.
And the Gaddy drop behind the Busters. The Busters get so confused so easily. There's been a
Puffalope's
lot of debate
outpost.
about...
Sorry, is just running his outpost completely dry. I was curious to see if Scrutable would keep a focus fire on him, but he's got better things to do.
And speaking of running the outpost dry, generators have kind of recently been thrust into the high tier of the meta, and I'm a little surprised to see that this Osprey on Storm didn't decide to bring a generator to socket.
Did you notice, though, that he transitioned from Blade Guardians to Radar Guardians?
That's funny.
I mean, quad Radar Guardians on Storm, he can probably see the whole map right now.
Pretty much, I would think. I think all the abducts in the previous game traumatized Puffalope, and now the Radar Guardians are here to compensate.
Well, he also learned not to put units literally anywhere except the one outpost.
There you go.
As someone who enjoys spamming zippers, I see that completely undefended top left, that completely undefended fort, or for Scrutable, the completely undefended top right, the completely undefended fort, completely undefended bottom outpost. Like, both players just have a gentleman's agreement right now. Hey, we're not going to build anything, we're not going to do anything unless it's pointed right here.
That is one thing that I've noticed about people. They really stick to their guns about the type of game that they play. It's either you are a light unit spammer or you do nothing but mid-fight all day, make tanks, and if you make a zipper, it's blasphemy. So,
Well, hey, if it works, it works.
but does it, though? But does it? I guess if it works if the other guy is one of you, pretty much. I'm a little surprised to see that Scrutable is not trying to, or was not trying to abduct a little bit more. There was only one flacker out on the field on the low ground, 2 on the high ground, so there's a lot of opportunity here. Oh, tangos. Oh, God.
Finally! This is really what
cheating.
Well, that's really what needed to be done. He's got quad radar guardians, so it's not like it would be a surprise that it's a completely empty, undefended outpost. Like, it's completely within his knowledge. He doesn't need to scout it. He can see it.
The hilarious thing is not enough tangos died to take the outpost.
So he's trying to coax him into the busters to get him killed so he can actually cap the post. You'd think he'd
Pretty
just go
much.
for it, put in all the damage he can, and then loop back to the next outpost and just keep them neutral.
Yeah,
Because at
the
this point,
south post is also empty.
yeah, game's gone on long enough that keeping an outpost neutral is going to be really handicapping for Scrutable. So I think Puffalope's got the major upper hand. Being that it's 1v1, Scrutable can't reposition his army. He's got artillery, he's got turrets. None of this shit can move on its own. So he's got to manually come over and pick every single unit up.
Puffalope also has level 2 heal Nova, so, more light unit spam can only be really beneficial for him, although the post does go down.
Yeah, but you got 4 tangos on the fort, so it may not seem very fast, but that's going to add up so long as Scrutable can't deal with this.
There's a single buster to deal with the 4 tangos. It's a strange choice, and it will eventually kill them, but at what cost?
Puffalope in a really good spot, but making a poor decision flying into a bunch of T-99 rockets and getting killed. That neutral T-99's still there, even though it looks carbon-colored.
Positionally, the game's still very even, though. Puffalope did not really lose anything by going for that tango attack.
Not really, no. And he did get a pretty good chunk of fort health off as well.
Kicking off
Scrutable
an
going with
artillery.
Goliath. Okay. Just drop one behind, see what happens. The grinder says, not today.
Oh, yeah.
Not
You gotta
today.
grind Osprey. You better evacuate that thing. There you go.
Oh man, it warms my heart to see a tank that big just get wrecked.
But with the close post distances, it's almost trivial to let it run down to 10%, grab it, and then bring it back.
At least on those northern outposts, and so that's why I think that Puffalope's got a little bit more anti-air than, like, he didn't build a single anti-air unit last match, but now here we're seeing him with 1, 2, 4 flackers on the high ground, 2 to 3 flackers on the low ground. I don't know if he's trying to hide any behind those trees. That's a really common thing as well.
Scrutable going with a Balloon Abduct strategy now. Or tactic, mind you.
Balloon of ducks?
Balloon Abduct. Balloon Abduct, yes. Balloon Abducts?
Balloon of ducks.
Yes.
Can you clarify?
Well, so when the ducks are in their fetal stage, they are developing, and then once they mature enough, they balloon of ducks pond.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Not yet. Not yet.
All right. Oh, okay.
Oh, Puffalope trying to defend, dropping 3 flackers. Those are not going to hold up well against the Goliath, so it's a little bit of a unit mismatch here. Scrutable
again,
trying to getty outy. Why?
A hilarious approach would have just been to drop a goalie and start abducting stuff. You know, it's very, very strong approach.
Scrutable very much had the upper hand in that engagement, I feel, and the outpost is back to being empty. I feel like he could certainly keep pushing that. Puffalope, though, always going to be taking the initiative here. Now, that's good on one hand because I love seeing things move. It's bad on the other because now he's got nothing at mid.
Yes, but I guess he's kind of lucky in a sense that Scrutable has chosen to defend. So now, with a unit advantage and an Osprey with a Heal Nova, I think
Scrutable's got the edge here.
Well, I think that might have been just an execution flub by Puffalope.
And turning all those units back, showing their butts to the line of tanks. Scrutable having that other bank of guns on the high ground.
Oh, jeez.
He almost got killed there.
A lot of things almost got killed there.
Because he's got a fair number of flackers in that army still. Like, Scrutable's coming within an inch of his death.
Yeah.
Every time he floats over.
It is 40 to 60, so the unit difference is really going to start to show in not only presence on the field, but I think in control.
It's also really easy to lose that upkeep advantage. Now, I think Puffalope's in an interesting position because while he is the Osprey, the Saucer, if he can just be anywhere without a response for any length of time, he can just take the whole army because those 2 flackers are not going to be enough. Puffalope really needs to get Gorgons out, but he doesn't unlock them for another level.
And thus the danger here. Scrutable now taking mid, has plenty of units as a meat shield to hold that line, and could just start either abducting or using his Blade Guardians to deal damage.
Took 2 Goliath shells to the face. I don't think he's going to be doing much death ray right now.
Does he even have death ray? I've never even seen it. Nope, no death ray. Very interesting choice.
Full abduct. On a map where all your posts are right next to each other. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you throw 1 or 2 points into Death Ray instead, and you have a lot more versatility in your options. And now it is Scrutable that is pulling back and Puffalope moving forward. This is, kind of hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, Scrutable's still got the upkeep advantage, but he's got Bucky's still. I'm really not sure if his upkeep is worth a damn. Putting levelers back at home, or, well, Whoppers, sorry, Big Macs back at home.
He's a hungry boy. Hungry for upkeep. Okay.
I get it.
It was a joke. It was a joke and I said it. Yeah, very, very stagnant here at this point. 13 and a half minutes into the game, and
Puffalope tried to push a few times. I'm thinking that they're trying to migrate to their late game tech. I would expect Gorgons to pop out of Puffalope's butt any second. There's the first one. I would wager that he's got at least one more in queue, or he's waiting for the credits.
What is Devastator level?
Devastator is also going to be either, I think it's level 9, but
Is it? Okay.
I don't think Devastator is going to be a practical choice for almost any game. Oh, there comes the first nuke. Scrutable trying to drop on the front. I don't think Buffalo sees it yet. Oh, he didn't.
Heal Nova.
But it turns
Oh
out
no.
Osprey has this wonderful heal
Yeah,
Nova.
overshield.
And so the overshield negates one tick of damage, so by doing an overshield right in the moment before the nuke hits, he takes 0 damage to any of his units.
That makes sense.
That makes complete sense.
Right.
I feel like that's a hard counter that may not have been intended, but works kind of interesting. Scrutable
Yeah.
almost getting killed there. That would be awkward because Puffalope's got his own nuke falling, and Scrutable's going to have a little bit of difficulty getting his shit out of there. This is going to be a bloody nuke, isn't it?
Oh god.
Ooh.
Boom! That was a lot of death.
Yeah, you wanted a
And
game
now
changer? I think that's going to
Yeah.
be it. Scrutable's
Another,
still trying to drop his own nukes, but I think he lost his
Yeah.
silo. No, it's still out, so let's see that overshield. Puffalope heard the launch.
Some damage going down, but nothing dead. Oh no, 2 things dead.
Well, and Puffalope himself is dead, and his units are on an attack command.
Ooh.
This is going to get awkward, because he's got 7 seconds. Oh no, they're on a defense command, so they're on a custom waypoint moving back to his own outpost. Why?
Very strange.
Interesting.
Oh no, maybe they're on follow, and they were following him
Oh, that would make sense.
back
That
to
would.
the fort. Mm-hmm.
You're a genius, sir. I'm sorry for doubting you.
I have my moments.
So mid is basically unoccupied. Puffalo coming in with his big ganky army. I would have liked to see a couple of heavy mines from Scrutable, honestly. But I guess
I just
Osprey
had
as well. Osprey would be very able
Yeah,
to just
that's
kind of
true.
neutralize those as they come. Osprey kind of
I
hard
just
counters a
had a-
lot of those weird, now your army's gone sort of tactics.
All the overshield. Grinder dies, but eh. But I did just have a very depressing thought, Frisky. Would you like to
How depressing are we talking?
quite depressing, I think.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'll keep it to myself. That's fine. If one thing we don't need is more sadness.
Yeah. This is America.
This is America. I don't want to hear your problems.
See, I like the speculation that there's so much certainty that it must be Apple and Mayor when, shoot, we don't even know if they signed up, and if they did, we don't know if they showed up.
That's a good point. That is a good point. Oh, the nukes.
So, I am the Super Beasts says, so how would I have joined this tourney? We had a Google Form sign up over on the Discord server.
If you are not
And-
on the Discord, join it.
If Insane Firebat thinks we can make it work, and you have the PC client downloaded, this is our first round. If you feel like joining, go for it. I'm just going to burn basically my whole Saturday on this bullshit. No reason why you shouldn't be able to waste your life with me.
Yeah, I don't think that... Yeah, just die with us. I mean,
I don't know. I think, I don't think this
Man,
is going too well for Puffalope.
yeah.
I
So-
like that he's trying to be ambitious with his units. I like that he's pushing, that he's willing to give up that middle position, but... Oh, man.
So I'm going to share my depressing thought anyway, since you just did that. So,
Okay.
that other massive nuke that Puffalo threw down that killed, like, a quarter or a third of Scrutable's army, everything that died were, lower level units, basic tanks, basic artillery. All that really did was give him room in his upkeep to make more Goliaths.
You know, Goliaths are pretty good. Ooh.
Well, that's basically all he's making right now.
I think that's
And
going to
he
be the GG.
Ooh.
I don't think he can
That
come
might
back
be
from
it.
this. And because
Oh,
now with the
the
abducts, because there's a
Oh.
single flacker, that
Oh.
hurts. And you know he can watch that while it's happening. There's
Oh.
a surrender. Oh, that
Oh.
hurts. Yeah, I hate to see it.
Puffalope. Puffalope, I will miss you.
That does knock Puffalope out of this tournament, which is really depressing for me.
And now the client kind of lagged. Okay, there you
Yeah, everything's breaking, but that's okay.
go. Puffalope, moving on. Or sorry, Scrutable.
Oh, stop feeding the public lies.
I'm
Fake
sorry.
news.
I'm so